Dana Abercrombie, The Koalition. First of all, thank you so much for speaking with me. This was a very interesting film. And so for you, Chris, question for Deon that I have is, it seems that it touches upon the theory of collective unconsciousness, and you also have the media and the society's role that is kind of playing in the background within what's going on with the pandemic. But I wanted to know from you the importance of incorporating kind of the ancient evils that kind of connects all of our emotional fears.
Man, first off, Dana, thank you so much for being here, man. As always, man, you're brilliant, and thank you for having me and Batch on. I love what you just asked me, because that's exactly what the genesis and the basis of the entire film is based on: faith over fear. And the reality is, you know, the dark side of the mind and how the mind actually works, and how the mind could manifest anything, right? And the prime example of what you just asked is, at the end of the day, sometimes, man, like, so for me, I was in a very fearful place a couple of years ago when we created this film. I was afraid. And I was like, damn, Deon, you afraid to go outside? You afraid for your kids? It was the George Floyd moment. I was like, yo, what's going on with this? I was just in a place of constant fear. And I was like, I got to get out of this. And I started just really studying, what does fear mean? And how does it work? And how does it manifest in the way it does? And in reading, I realized very quickly that whatever the mind can manifest, or whatever you feed it to manifest, it will grow. And ultimately, it can kill you physically, psychologically, mentally. It will just destroy you. And the best example I can give you of that is, you know, even now, I'm sure everyone's done this. Like, you'd be like, oh man, I got a little bit of thing right here, and I feel something right here. So you go online and you start reading, the next thing you know, you didn't diagnose yourself with cancer. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got that. You know what I mean? And you can, and for me, I know I can make that grow and grow and grow to the point where somebody be like, man, you lost your goddamn mind. Maybe you go in there, ain't nothing wrong with you. You know what I mean? So that, as a snapshot, is what this movie is about: the manifestation of fear. So what can fight fear? What can destroy fear? What can allow you to overcome fear? Faith. And at the end of the day, it is a very spiritual topic. It's something we're really proud of. Batch is absolutely incredible. He produced the film alongside myself and Roxanne. But I was just saying to somebody earlier, I can't wait for y'all to see the movie, because when you watch the film, literally, you will see in the moment that we shot the movie, the entire cast is actually afraid. We were doing scenes in the moment where we didn't know if we were going to be sick. We didn't know what the end result of COVID was going to be. There was no shots. There was no conversation about it. This is the first movie that was shot during the global pandemic by Black filmmakers, Black crew, Black team of people, talking to the CDC in one location, trying to figure it out. And we were scared shitless, man.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. And also, kind of for you, Andrew, I was wondering, as Benny, it kind of seems that, you know, fear takes over everyone. And so I wanted to know, how do we, well, Benny can step away from fear and just allow for the moment to not define him, but for him to define the moment?
Yeah, and I think that's a lesson for everyone. It's sometimes you have to look at it as you have to kind of look at it from the outside in. You have to realize that, yeah, it may be bad in the moment for you, but if you could slow things down and take a second and breathe, you could actually remove yourself from any situation using your logics.
By being placed in this setting during actual COVID, has it kind of defined or changed what your definition of fear is?
Oh, 100%. You remember back in the day, like if someone coughed, you looked at them crazy. Like, what you got, you know what I mean? And now that, you know, they have the vaccines, they have all these protocols, it's not as serious. Imagine taking us from right now, 2023, to taking us back then. Like, if we had a time machine and we're seeing how fearful everyone is, that's like what I was saying, like being the outside looking in. And that's just about your perspective of how you see things. That's where fear comes from.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much for speaking with me. I truly love the concept and the idea behind the movie.
Yeah, listen, Dana, I can't wait for you to go see the movie and to tell your listeners and your followers to go, you know, see this film, because more importantly, It's going to give you all the energy that you want. It's going to give you the fun and the jumps and the bumps and the scares and all that. It's all in there, okay? But what I love that you opened up and what we're discussing right now is something that we hope could become a real conversation, which is speak about your fears, talk them out loud, and see if you can actually begin to deal with them. Because fear comes in all shapes and sizes. We're talking about mental illness. We're talking about people that can't go after their dreams or go after the thing that they've been wanting to do for their whole life because they're afraid of failure or afraid that someone will laugh at them. It's one of the things that holds us back every day. And I'm just excited, man, because I think it'll spark conversation. And more importantly, I think the message inside the film that myself and Andrew delivers is pretty dope, man. And Batch's character at the end of the end, what he deals with, I think is going to be very, very well received and spoke about.
Thank you so much for speaking with me.
All right.